So, first of all, does anyone of you know what is this? This article? It's an article? No? Well, basically, this is like the third article of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that states that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. So, yeah, I'm guessing I know no one of you already knew, but basically for me, like, it's very important, and I'm gonna show you the reason through like a small video. Here.
How about we make that truly happen? My name is Maria Beatrice Giovanardi, and I have a project of social entrepreneurship. My dream is to revolutionize security, because we deserve a world where security is actually a right. We will present disruptive technology that will meet the needs of society. We will create a supportive, interconnected community, a place where social innovation will change security. We will add power to your voice. We will teach humans to embrace freedom and community. I would like to tell you a story, because every journey has meaning. I'm just like you, fragile, alone, exposed to risk and vulnerable at times. Today, for me, it's a new day, a new awakening, aware of my rights. Born again, more free, more secure. But it's not always been like this. 3 years ago, I was victim of molestation. In that moment, I completely lost myself. I had no voice, nor any strength to react. It felt very bad, but at the same time, I understood I had to open my eyes. From then, I took a stand mentally, not to ever let my mind close its eyes in front of a situation that would have affected me personally. I felt that my life had changed. You're like me. You're not alone. Let's take a stand on this lack of information. Let's be together. I'm all in. Are you?
Alright. So yeah, I had a few like heart attacks while doing this, but yeah, for me it's very important to like say the reason, like just explain the reason like behind the project of LetEmbrace. So this is my motivation and about why human rights are important for us and why we should feel safe. And this is, for example, I'm going to show you another video in Egypt from another girl, just like me.
Today we will be filming what it's like to walk down the busiest bridge in Cairo, as in Cairo. Enjoy.
Right, so what's the point of this video, you think?
Come on.
What do you think is like the problem in this video?
Everyone is watching it.
Is what?
Well, the guys are watching it.
Yeah, it's called like harassment. So like, people, like it's not just like problem of man, it's just like around the world, of course, you don't always feel safe where you are. So just to back this up, I have some data from UN Women. This is basically like the percentages of harassment and sexual violence around the world. And if you can see, like the global statistics say that 1 in 3 women basically will be raped, beaten, coerced to sex, or otherwise abused in their lifetime. And if you go more into like the details of countries, Europe, for example, about 50% of the women are victims of sexual harassment in their lifetime. where it could be like office harassment or like street harassment or many of these things. In Egypt, which was, for example, a video, over 99% of the women have been victim of sexual molestations in their lifetime, and 50% of them feel harassed daily. Now, just another statistics, which is one of like the world's toughest countries, according to reports, is India. In New Delhi, 66% of the women have received between 2 and 5 sexual molestations in the past year, and 95% don't feel safe as they walk around in the streets. You may think this is just India, like, oh, we feel super safe in London and so forth. But actually, there was a study made in the US worldwide, which shows that as of today, about 50% of the women and men, 20, where they were asked the question, do you feel safe walking around in your neighborhood alone at night? And this basically these were the answers. And yeah, like, so 50% of the women, when they're alone in the neighborhood, they don't feel safe. And to us, there was, like, this was our response. Like, but more like the picture would be this response, like, what the fuck, like, sorry for the word, but like, what's going on with the situation? Like, basically, there is like a big difference in between what we should have, which is our human rights and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and what is actually going on around the world, in the streets and like in our own neighborhoods. So this made us like very unhappy at LetEmbrace, and so that's why we came up with our idea, and which actually made us very happy. So I'm going to introduce you with like great pleasure, of course, LetEmbrace. A safer world is our hashtag. As you can see from like the data backed up that I introduced before, you understand why a safer world, because there is a need. It's not just what we feel, but there is a need for the world to be safer. And so, what is LetEmbrace? LetEmbrace was created last year in London. It was incorporated as a company, as a social enterprise. Do any of you know what's a social enterprise? Like the concept between beyond it? No? Maybe? No? Come on, Wesley. Wesley, you're my accountant, you're so. What's a social enterprise? Yeah, well,
for social good. For social good.
Yeah, it's basically like a business that operates as a regular business, so like not really as a non-profit, but it's they don't need funding, but like social enterprise doesn't need funding to live on as a company, but it's still like operating as a social good. So usually like about 50% of the revenues are reinvested into social like resolving like social problems. So how we do it, like we want to do it through like disruptive technology, and so we call it like Safety 2.0, and through extensive and like dedicated research and development. And so just to get more into like details, who's LetEmbrace? We started with me, but I couldn't really done it without my sisters that backed me up in like emotionally speaking, and and then yeah, right now we're about like 10 people. Most of us are in Italy, and well, I'm gonna just go through pictures. Yeah, like me, I was a little skinnier. My sister, she's like second one, and then there's she's our blogger, Federica. My other sister is the blonde one, and then yeah, like Amandine, she's here in London with us. The last on the bottom right is our developer. It was a team of 5 people who were sourced in India. Federica is like other social media specialist, and then there's Sylvia, who's here today. She's a search engine optimization expert and a social media expert. Then there is the guy with a hand like this. He's a social community developer in Pakistan. He has an experience of over 10 years in the development and mobilization of the communities. And then there's this guy with glasses. He kind of like backed us up financially. And then our designer. So just to go on to the mission, so you understand better what we want to do. So our mission overall is to reduce violence around the world. Our first step is going to be through like creating awareness, because we feel like as of today there is a lot of like media awareness, but there's not really like a tangible awareness, meaning that many times when you travel, or even in your own city, when you move to a new city, you don't know, you don't have any clue pretty much of like where it's safe, where it's not safe. So yeah, we want to resolve this by uniting our voices and experiences, since we all know in our current cities or somewhere we've traveled, if we felt safe or not safe. It's just a perception of safety. So yeah, we want to give everyone the means, as far as like today software speaking, so through an app, take a stand up against violence and by not being victims. So just to be strong about it. Yeah, and then so this is our solution, our first solution, because we actually have like a lot of others coming. I'm going to show you later. So as of today, we launched a mobile rating app, which you can download. It's available on iOS and Android, and it's free for people, of course, and it's very easy to use, because we focus a lot on the user experience, because safety is something that it's already very, like, it's pretty much, people don't feel so comfortable about it, like violence and yeah, so forth, like problems like those. So we want to make something for people like friendly, and that's what we try to do. If any of you downloaded the app, by any chance? Yeah, okay. Do you guys feel like download it? Because I'm gonna like walk you through it. Do you have iPhones or like Androids? Yeah, cool. Should we try to do it? I'm gonna walk you through it. Cool. Okay. How many of you? No? You? One. Please. Come on. So yeah, the other two things that are very important is that we're crowdsourced application. So it's basically, we need the people to get the ratings and like to get the first step of our app going. And we're scalable in data, which means that every single rating that we're gonna get and any statistics is gonna be fully available in our API, which is like backend basically of the databases. And yeah, it's gonna be scalable because we're using Google Maps as like our base of like our base APIs, and Google Maps is worldwide, as you all know. It's like very good to use. So yeah, intro. When you go through it, okay, you guys download it? No, cool, okay, let's try it. When you first download it, it's gonna tell you that, yeah, welcome to LetEmbrace, ready for a simple role. Then the second slide is just like to better like like ask a question, I guess. You always know like how safe you are, will you be or should you feel, and like what's the question? I mean, what's the answer? You usually know how safe you are in a place as soon as you get there, because it's a feeling. And then, do you usually know how safe you will be in a place that you don't know? Most of the times, no, I guess, if you don't know it. No? So. And then, should you feel? Yeah, like that's our goal, like to just let you know how, whenever you're traveling and stuff, whether you should feel safe or not, and for example, where to book a hotel and all these things. So, yeah, then basically like the way we're doing it, and I'm going to show you later, it's I don't know if you know the concept of heat maps, but you're going to see like the Google Maps, and each rating is going to color the map with the red, green, or yellow according to your perception of safety. So yeah, and then after you're going to be asked a few questions about why you have felt safe or not safe. And then, yeah, this is like just the end of the intro. I'm just gonna walk you through like what is today, and okay, we're gonna do this together. Yeah, maybe. Cool. Let's try. Sign up. So yeah, the first step is to sign up, or like you can connect through Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, as yeah, you probably have them, and if you don't have those social networks, you can sign up through, like just putting your name, your last name, email address, and password. Then you're gonna be walked through like the main map, which is just like a Google map with a search option and our 3 dots. The green is, of course, is for safety if you felt safe. The yellow is for like average level of safety, and the red is for lack of safety, so like a dangerous area. How it works, for example, this screenshot is from a rating I want to do in the Colosseum, because in Italian I've been to Colosseum. So I started typing Colosseum. You can try with like another place, for example, in London. And so as you see, like it's just Ontario, and then basically when you select Colosseum, I've selected Colosseum. There's going to be a pin on the map, and as far as us, we're getting the coordinates, the exact coordinates, like longitude, latitude of your exact location. And after, basically, you say, okay, this Colosseum, I want to say that for me, for example, it was a very safe area. So I'm just dragging the green dot and dropping it on the area, on the selected area. How we do it is, we get the radius of, it's actually provided like by Google. The coordinates like latitude, longitude, and like a small radius according to how zoomed in or zoomed out it was your rating. So for example, if you just want to give a rating of this like Google campus, which is 7 Bon Hill, I think, it will give you like a very small radius. But if you want to give a rating overall in London, for example, it would be like a bigger circle. So after, you can decide to skip those questions if you like or not. Basically, you ask if you're a resident of the city. We chose 4 to 5 questions according to what we felt was important for us to know in order to also like make changes in the future. So the first question was, are you a resident of the city? We put it because, of course, from visitors to resident, there is like a big difference of feelings. So, for example, I've been to India, and in India I felt like in some parts I haven't felt like so safe, but perhaps for residents it was very, very safe. Or like same thing with London, you could be feeling safe, but if someone that has lived there for 50 years maybe feels safe and you don't. Yeah, so that's why we put it. And then second question is, how many times have you gone to the city before? So this just gives us like an outlook of how much you know the place actually. And 1 time only, few times, many times. I've only been to Colosseum once, actually like a few times, but yeah. And then the third question is, have you ever suffered a witness or a crime in this area? Why do we want this? I mean, it's kind of obvious because we want to like create a database of also like perception of like crimes, and because as far as like the police goes, they know most of the times about the safety in the areas and so forth, but they haven't really created like something for people to be accessible. So for example, if you want to book a hotel somewhere, and for example in Manhattan, like in a certain zone of Manhattan, and you've seen that you can see from our app that 10 people have suffered like harassment in the area, would you book or not? I mean, I wouldn't book if 10 people have been harassed. So yeah, and then if you've actually done a rating of unsafe, like an unsafe rating, you're also going to be asked why you don't consider this area safe. We've done research on like the main reasons why people don't feel safe in selected areas. And the top reasons were, like poor lighting, insufficient police, high level of crimes, or urban decline, or all the above. We can at any time like implement more answers, but this is like for us one of the most important questions because it's good for the future. So let's say in London we get like 1,000 ratings of certain selected areas and why people feel like they're not safe. And in the future, we want to create collaborations with the entities that can make the changes happen. But as of today, they haven't really like felt like doing it, or they haven't had money, all these things. But we want to make clear why you feel safe or not safe for the communities, and for them, of course, it's going to be good because I mean it's for our own good. You don't think? I mean, to know like what's the situation. And then, last question is, can you say who would you rely on for protection? So self-defense, family, community, governmental forces, or online social and virtual community. And yes, this is basically to know for when we want to change the things in the future, who should we put our effort the most on? So for example, you say that that community is very strong. So like people, although like perhaps it's not so safe, but there's like a big community and like they have strength within. So if you said that, we would put, for example, go more towards like events within the community in respect to like a place where people rely more on self-defense, where perhaps more like targeted like people to people advertising or like connections would be better. And governmental forces, for example, if you feel like you would rely on governmental forces, then it's great because they're doing a good job. Yeah, and then the last slide is your marketplace safe. Yeah, this was just to show that when you finish the rating, for example, if one of you, I've done the rating Coliseum, and one of you want to see that I've done the rating, like what I've said. This is like the statistics shown back. Right now it's just one person, it was just one person on Coliseum. So you'll see the percentages about the statistics. So for example here, I've done the ratings saying that, I haven't been a victim of violence, so it's 0%. And the ways to be protected, I've done a rating and I've said that, no, actually I haven't done the rating, this one's hard. But for example, I would say self-defense, so it would be like 100% of self-defense. And this is just to show, like, for example, we've done over 30 ratings in a row, just like people that we knew. And you can see shown back on the map, like, this is like very, very small portion of ratings, but let's say 100 people gave ratings, then you would see the whole map of Rome colored according to your perceptions of the safety. And like this is just a concept like zooming out of Rome, you would see that it's very safe. And instead, if, for example, you would go in like another area, like maybe like Naples, which is like a little less safe, you would see that Naples is colored in yellow perhaps, and So what's next? This is just like our beta app. It's the very first step of development for LetEmbrace, and the second step is going to be rerouting. So this summer and in general, like in the future, we're going to put a lot of effort into getting like people to do the ratings, and so building our database, like getting the coordinates and all these things. So like coloring the map together, so that we can build, like, for example, our next step, which is rerouting. And you need to go from place A to place B in a city that you don't know. You could reroute your journey according to, like, excluding areas that are not safe. So let's say you want to walk, like your choice, and you want to walk somewhere, you could, just avoid the area that it's not safe. Or you're taking a bus, and you want to take the bus that's not going through, like, dangerous areas. For example, like New York, the Bronx. I don't know, you just take like another bus and perhaps take an extra 5 minutes of your journey, but feel totally safe. And the one after is GPS notifications. So what we're gonna do is, if whenever you're feeling like you don't really know where you're going, but you don't want to know, you'll be like fully connected to technology. So like looking always on the maps, or like feeling afraid, like having your phone always like in hand because maybe you want to call police or someone. So GPS notification, basically you will just push like a button in the app, and what's gonna do, the app is gonna follow you as you walk or you drive through the areas. And if you do end up in a zone that is not safe, it's just gonna like pull up a notification saying you've entered an endangered area. would you like to be taken to the safest area around? And it's just gonna take you there. So yeah, it's gonna be like very easy and user friendly. And yeah, the next one of the other next steps is basically like to create platform for like social changes. So I don't know if you know, but like for example, like in all like the Middle East, like all those big social revolutions that have happened, most of them lately have actually happened through like Facebook and Twitter, even like ISIS, which is a bad example. But like one of the greatest trends of ISIS is the internet. So we want to be able to change things through technology. So once we know what's wrong with certain areas, like we want to give you the opportunity to, let's say, talk to a stranger that wants to change the same thing, and just tell them, okay, let's maybe do like a flash mob one day, and just or like put together a group or a blog and a writer and just write, like a small article about what's wrong with the area. Yeah, and the most important thing is actually like the database and the external implementation of it. So let's say we got a lot of ratings over London over the summer, and we've called the whole map. We've done, let's say, 10,000 ratings, and we know exactly where people feel safe and where people don't feel safe. So we could talk to, like for example, yesterday I found someone like an app that does like a nightlife application. They have few events going on, and we could give them like it's very quick. Like we've made it very easy. We can just give them our access to our database, and they could tell you, just by putting like a widget. I don't know if you know what it is. They could just tell you, okay, maybe you should go to one event instead of the other because this area, like, there's so much going on. For example, like there's a lot of areas of London that are actually like dangerous, but you don't always know. So, or TripAdvisor, you're booking a hotel, you want to book the safest area, we just give them like easy access to the database and they can implement it. Yeah, and then after the summer, we're actually launching a wearable, like an electronic bracelet. It's going to be very, very accessible as far as pricing. And yeah, I mean, this was like my first idea, but yeah, the wearable is going to be amazing, and we're going to do an Indiegogo campaign, and yeah, like raise funds for it's basically going to be like, let's say you're traveling to Egypt, and you don't really want to rely on your phone because your phone might be dead or something. You can just put the bracelet on, and you're going to be like 360 degrees, like full protection of starting from like calls to like very loud ones, but it cannot really make much right now. Yeah, we're excited for it. And then what's next? Yeah, there's like one of the quotes that represents LetEmbrace, which is in union there is strength. So we cannot really do anything without the community right now. And yeah, that's why I've put this slide, which is like, what can you do for like to help the mission of Safe World? And yeah, you can rate areas, like start rating areas, and where you've been and you have knowledge of, perhaps like at home later or something. If you've traveled, you could help us out in starting to build a database. And then partnership, yeah, we've done like a lot of research on who could help us, and we've started partnering with few nonprofits, and we want to partner with more and more people, like to do events together. Because it's not everyone is like very connected to the topic, but for example, like nonprofit organizations that work every day to stop sexual violence are the people that, of course, like they want to work together towards safer world. And then yeah, join our team. We're always looking for people to help out if you'd like. And brand ambassador. Brand ambassador is basically we're gonna start next week, and we've already found like about 50 to 100 people all over the world that are gonna start giving the ratings. And what we're gonna do is basically like you download the app, or you can send us an email through the website, and we just send you back a few information. We maybe have like a Skype call, and we're gonna send you a package at home with promotional bracelets and stickers to start like stick your city. So like just like very like social media oriented, and like through the hashtag, and mostly Instagram is going to be our social media this summer. And yeah, you can wear the promo bracelet and like take pictures. I don't know if you've seen the pictures before the presentation, but yeah, and I just talk to people about the project and like to get the more ratings going as possible. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Question, I'll just be around. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
So you have the bracelet, so you gotta take it, please.
Don't you sing that?
Yes.
But that was-
Yes. I know. I haven't done that.